You're live from Boca Raton, Florida, and today I want to talk to you about setting New Year's resolutions for copywriters. So your new 2020 copywriting goals, or however you want to put that. I picked up a 2020 planner for basically, for 2020 to kind of get ready to start shifting everything from my 2019 to my 2020, and I open it up, and right away there's this page that says yearly goals right there off the bat. So I was kind of like, yearly goals. Well, I've got a couple of those, and I feel like unique thoughts on how to do that. I think let's go ahead and address what I think you should not do for your yearly goals. First and foremost is I think you should not set a revenue target or an income target. In 2018, at my first full year at Agora, I did pretty well, but I fell short of my revenue target. And I think what happened with my revenue target, let me give you a little story on that. I realized as I approached my target, I was losing motivation as I got closer and closer, because I realized that hitting that revenue figure wasn't really that meaningful for me. Once I hit like a certain amount of income, I was like, I'm not really in a hurry to make more money. I know that sounds, I know how that sounds, but it was like, I'm actually doing, I'm quite comfortable. And it's like that marginal, that diminishing returns. Like every dollar after this, like I've got, my bills are paid. I don't really buy a lot of things. I'm pretty simple with my spending. So why put forth so much more extra effort? So I found that I had to come up with a new sort of motivation. How do I continue to grow? If it was almost like a panic attack for me, like, oh my God, if I set a revenue target and I'm just not motivated to hit it. So what you need is you need sort of like a deeper why. Right? So what I found was Cal Newport's book, Deep Work, really helped me guide on this. And he talks about one's an input indicator and one's a lag indicator. I think that's what it is. And revenue is a lag indicator as a result of certain inputs. So for 2019, I said, you know what? I said, here's what I'll do. I will dedicate myself to 2 hours of deep work for 5 days a week. Some days I'll go over. Hopefully I rarely go under because it's only 2 hours. And then I went ahead and I'd basically forgotten about those input goals that I created, 2 hours per day of work, right? The result is the result. I'll get the result, whatever it is. So what ended up happening was I forgot about that goal until I searched it in my WhatsApp chat with one of my friends when I went back and I searched New Year's, and I found that my goal was to just do 2 hours of deep work 5 days a week. So I got to the end of this year and I was like, holy crap, I forgot all about setting that. I thought deep work was just something that I did. And I was really pleased to find that was one of those goals that I stuck to, because it wasn't about hitting a certain output or lag indicator. It was about just doing something every day, a daily practice that I could repeat. And I decided to stick to that daily practice, and I more than doubled my income from 2018, just as a result of changing my focus from the output to the inputs. Because I found that whenever I hit a certain benchmark of income in 2018, I lost all motivation. I was like, I paid rent, I paid electric and phone and everything else. So, no big deal. But when I knew I had to get 2 hours of deep work every single day, and I knew that I had to sit down and do the work, the results were actually way stronger because I was constantly producing, whether I was motivated to hit a monetary goal or not. So it was a big shift for me in my paradigm. So let's talk about setting your 2020 goals, right? So depending on what stage you're at, there's basically 3 stages here that I can identify based on my personal experience. One, you're in that really amateurish sort of, I need money. I want to make a bunch of money, and you set a revenue goal. And that's not something that can keep you going and motivated and keep you productive, because once you hit a certain amount of revenue or comfort, you just lose all motivation. So that's step 1, right? And I've been through that. Step 2 was I wanted to create an input goal. So an input goal was for me 2 hours of deep work, try for 5 days a week. What I ended up doing was 6 or 7 days a week, pretty steady. And it was often like the closer I get to finishing a promo, those 2 hours turn into like 4 hours per day, where I'm just like, I got to finish this. I got to finish this. I got to finish this. The result was significant increase in income. Things went way better. I have my own office space. I was able to, one of my goals was to create my own front end and back end product. I have the book, Take Their Money, is out. It went out in January, so I crushed that goal like the first month. And then the back end product is the Copy Squad Inner Circle, kylethewriter.com/squad. I have that, boom, right there. That was stage 2. Come up with the input goal, an input indicator, a lead indicator. That's what it is, a lead indicator. That's from Cal Newport's Deep Work. A lead indicator and a lag indicator. So instead of looking at a lag metric, like revenue, I look at a lead metric. How much am I working? How many hours am I focused? No Slack, no instant messenger, no emails. I'm just writing. And if you actually focus your energy for 2 hours, you can get a lot of really good writing done. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in. That's all I've got for today. Smash like. You can sign up to the Copy Squad Inner Circle. Thanks so much for tuning in. Peace out, Copy Squad.